हेलो स्टूडेंट, अब हम स्टार्ट करेंगे फोर्स। देन फर्स्ट डिफाइन द फोर्स। तो फोर्स इज एक्सटर्नल सोर्स विच कैन चेंज द पोजीशन ऑफ बॉडी फ्रॉम रेस्ट टू मोशन और मोशन टू रेस्ट, और इट विल ट्राई टू डू इट, इज नोन एज द फोर्स. Force is a vector quantity and its SI unit is Newton and MKS unit is kilogram meter per second square. The dimensional formula of force is mLt की power -2 and its biggest unit is kilonewton and meganewton. So we first define the force. Force is an external source which can change the position of body from rest to motion and motion to rest. Motion to rest or it will try to do it. Is known as force. Known as force. Force is a vector quantity the dimensional formula of force is ml t की power -2. The SI unit of force is Newton. And MKS unit is kilogram meter per second square. The biggest unit of force is kilonewton and meganewton. We know that 1 kilonewton is equal to 10 to the power 3 Newton and 1 meganewton is equal to 10 to the power 6 Newton. The force is classified on the basis of the contact and on the basis of the balancing of the force and on the basis of the parallel and non-parallel force. So we first classified the force on the basis of the contact. So type of force on the basis of contact. On the basis of contact, the force are classified into two types. First is contact force and second is non-contact force. Contact force are those force in which two body are in the physical contact. When the body are in the physical contact, then the force between the two bodies is known as the contact force, and the non-contact force are the type of force in which there is no physical contact between the two bodies and the force is acting between the two bodies and there is no physical contact, then this type of force is non-contact force. So first example of contact force is frictional force. Second example is tension force. And third example is reaction force. In this three type of force, there is a physical contact between the two bodies. And the other example of non-contact force is gravitational force. Other is electrostatic force. Next is magnetic force. Hence, gravitational force, electrostatic force, and magnetic force is a type of non-contact force. The other classification of the force is on the basis of the balancing of force. On the basis of the balancing of force are classified into two types. First is balance force and second is non-balance force. Second is non-balance force. Balance force are that type of force in which the net force on the body is equal to 0. Let us consider a body of mass m is kept on the surface and we apply a force of 10 Newton in the positive x direction and the force of 10 Newton in the negative x direction. So the net force on the body will be equal to vector sum of the force F1 and F2. Let us consider the 10 Newton force applied on the x direction is x1 and the 10 Newton force applied on the negative x direction is x2. Then net force on the body will be equal to vector sum of these force F1 plus F2. That means 10 Newton plus in bracket minus 10 is equal to 0 Newton. Hence the body is in the equilibrium because net force on the body is equal to 0. And we move to the next non-balancing force. If the net force on the body is equal to not 0, hence the body is said to be in the non-balance force. And let us consider a body of mass m is kept on the surface and a force of 10 Newton is applied in the positive x direction, and let us assume this force is equal to F1, and a force of 8 Newton is applied in the negative x direction, and let us consider this force will be F2. Then the net force on the body will be equal to sum of the two forces. Hence net force is equal to vector sum of force F1 plus vector sum of force F2. If we write in the vector form, then we can write F net vector is equal to vector F1 plus vector F2. Hence 10 plus in bracket minus 8 is equal to 2 Newton. Hence the net force on the body is not equal to 0. Then the body will be in the non-balancing force or non-equilibrium. Thank you.